Oh? Oh, all of them. The final act begins? What does that mean? Generic control in the Deku. We're here back with another episode of My Hero Academia. Today we're doing Season 6, Episode 18, Izuku Midoriya and Tomura Shigaraki. I think that might be what it says. It might be Tomura, whatever his original name was. But this is Episode 18, Unique reaction to Episode 17, which was a heavy episode where the Todoroki family kind of had a meeting, reunion. I don't know, they kind of came, like, they all kind of came to Jesus at one time. Unique reaction to that video. I'll leave it right up there. I'll also get a link down below in the description. I'm also going to place my channel with all the other My Hero Academia reactions going in chronological order. Now, at the time of recording this video, it is August 4th, and I don't even think episode 15 has gone public yet. I think the patrons have it right now, but shout out to the patrons because they get videos there early. A lot of time, Pay1 channel. I was actually out of town for an entire week, and over the past 3 days, I've had to edit, I think, 25 videos, and I think I made around 30 thumbnails in the last 3 days, which is a little bit insane, but I do it all because I'm that dedicated to making as many people smile every single day as possible, and I could not do that if it was not for the patrons. So shout out to the patrons. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, support the channel, I would appreciate that as well. I do read all your comments and leave some down below. I respond to a lot of them as well, and I love this season. I think there's going to be, the last couple episodes have been really heavy, so this episode might be mind-blowing. I'm not really sure, but let's go ahead and jump on into it. Alright. Yeah, the past couple episodes have been really deep.
I can feel it. The vestige
And also they've been super heavy on the copyright when I've had no time. No time.
Right now, you must be talking with the previous wielders.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
What's going on? What happened to everybody else? My friends, my teachers.
But he's like still aware of there's the outside
Let them
world.
be okay.
Yeah, everyone's okay about you, dude. They're all worried about you.
We need to have ourselves a talk before you wake up.
Oh? Oh, all of them.
My apologies.
I like the golden
Timing's
one.
not ideal.
Fate has brought us here.
Oh, please.
I don't know who
It's
that
just
guy
bad
is.
luck this is happening now.
Is that the fourth wielder?
Banjo, you spoke to him before, yes? When he first used Black Whip?
At least Deku knows he's immortal.
Who had one
Oh, that's
for
All Might.
before me. They're in my dreams again.
Wait a minute, that means there's one more after. Also, do they have security guards? This is gonna be muted. They have a little conference room, I don't know, meeting room for all the wielders. What do they do the rest of the time? Do they just like live through him or something? At least Deku knows he's immortal as long as one for all, you know, gets passed on. Maybe. I don't know. So the golden one is All Might because he's still alive. He's the only previous wielder that's still alive. I guess that's one way to keep him alive. They couldn't kill him off in Season 1 because there would be no more All Might. Then all of a sudden he would show back up. Which would have been pretty cool if we went like a couple seasons without All Might and all of a sudden he showed back up because he's like Deku's hero and all that. I feel like that part's really like... I guess it shows Deku growing up. Because like remember before he was All Might this, All Might that, All Might this. Like knew all of the fights by heart and everything and all the quirk studies and all of that. Now he's just like focused on himself. Which is something. I mean he's also... Before he didn't have a quirk. And he was focused on learning about other people's quirks. Now he has his quirk, which is a multiple quirks. I'm sure Kimp Dog is going to have a blast with this episode. Like I said, I'm having to record this video ahead of time. If anything's ever quiet, it's because YouTube's copyright system. The last couple of episodes have been an absolute nightmare to deal with when I've had to do 25 videos. 25 videos means edit 25 videos, render 25 videos, hope nothing goes wrong, and then have to deal with copyright issues. On top of recording and streaming and making thumbnails.
At first,
I'm
we could
crazy.
only talk to you when we found cracks in your consciousness. But we're not limited to those moments anymore.
Oh, okay.
The reason is related to my power, which you now hold.
Yeah.
About 4 months ago, it suddenly began to grow at a rapid pace.
Looks like a Dragon Ball.
As a result of this acceleration, the previous wielders, the figures you see in front of you now,
But there's only
were able to
only
take
enough for
shape
those.
and communicate with each other inside of One for All.
There's only enough for 7. What's
When
the
my
other 2
brother
cheers for?
forcibly pulled us into the battle earlier, we gained even more freedom.
That's
It's
good.
now far easier for us to appear before you.
Oh, okay, so
You
this makes
worry.
sense.
We'll still give you plenty of privacy if you know what I mean.
No, you won't. You still can't talk.
Oh, right. I forgot you don't have a mouth in here.
Why doesn't he have a mouth?
Back then,
You weren't even supposed to move.
I wasn't able to do much more than make noise. Now it feels like my mouth's starting to take shape.
Wait, is he actually about to form a mouth?
Dang! I can almost understand what you're saying.
Almost
Allow me
understand?
to explain.
Who are you? Are you the fourth wielder? And Tomura Shigaraki. Okay.
My name's Hikage Shinomori.
Hikage.
And I was One for All's fourth wielder.
You are
In the
okay.
recent battle, you unintentionally tapped into my quirk and used it on the field.
Yeah.
According to All Might, the fourth wielder's quirk was the ability to sense danger.
It was kind of a shock, to be honest.
Which is such a weird quirk.
Strange that I didn't sense you'd be using danger sense since it is my quirk.
Danger
Makes a lot of
sense.
sense.
Number
Yep.
4's a weird one. He got tired of everyday life, so he started living in seclusion like a hermit.
Oh, understandable. Oh,
Mine was a
wow.
terrible era.
He has Ultra Instinct.
Society was strange, not me. Were you informed of how I died and how old I was at the time?
No.
All Might didn't mention specifics in his notes.
Yeah, they scream him out, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he crossed out the important details.
We discovered I died of old age.
At 40?
He was so young.
I was as surprised as you. Neither Banjo nor I had any way of knowing how we died. We only found out because Yagi looked into the matter.
Yeah. Is that not
This
All
fact
Might?
leads us to believe
It looked like
One
All
for
Might.
All can't be wielded safely by an ordinary human being. I'm second only to Yagi in terms of users who lived with the quirk the longest.
Oh?
18 years, I spent my days training and building up the power
18
as
years?
best I could, avoiding All for One. I always knew I didn't stand a chance.
Or just
of
punch a
defeating
boulder
him
in half.
myself. So I figured the best thing I could do was improve the quirk for its next user. But as time passed, cracks began appearing on my body.
I'm sorry, what?
Perhaps I wasn't training enough. without
They think you're training too
contracting
much,
some
dude.
unknown disease. That wasn't the case. As Yagi researched, he was able to track down my medical records and autopsy report. That's when the truth came to light. The natural causes that killed me were due to the multiple quirks inside my body.
So quirks
Drastically
shorten your life?
My lifespan.
But he was only the fourth. Because he only lived 18 years. Yeah, why was All Might?
That's correct, which is exactly the reason we needed to talk to you. Yagi is fully aware of what a burden it is to carry One for All, a burden that you'll have to deal with. We don't have a proper sample size. Most of us didn't have the power long. We died in battle, not of old age.
How did you
So
die?
we asked, what was the intrinsic difference between Yagi and Shinomori?
Is Yagi All Might?
All Might was quirkless.
Oh.
Yes, Yagi may still be alive, but as he gathered information, we took what he learned through the piece of him that exists inside of One for All.
So yeah, that is All Might. Yagi.
And then, after I heard what my brother had to say, I was certain.
What he had to say.
According to what he said, a person's consciousness is etched into their quirk factor. So why is Yagi's vestige here, even though he didn't have an ability of his own? We always thought a piece of the user
Why
ended
is
up
he there?
inside of One for All because of the power they were born with. More precisely, that the consciousness of every wielder after me lived on because
Wait.
their quirk factors were added to my One for All.
So maybe not having
the
quirk is a well, obviously it's a good thing
With
in
no
this
quirk
case.
of his own, he's the only user who gained a vestige through One for All itself. Think of one's ability to hold a quirk as a glass. If it's not empty when they inherit One for All, it overflows, eating away at your lifespan.
Wow.
Yagi was able to use One for All over the course of 40 years because his
That's
vestige was
crazy.
empty at first. My cultivated power fit perfectly, and it became his true quirk. By some twist of fate, this ability that's passed from person to person.
So basically they've reached max
only reaches true
quirks it could have.
when wielded by someone born powerless.
You know no extra quirks. Yeah. Well, I mean, it can't. There's subtitles with up top.
You could pass it on to another quirkless person.
Yeah, another quirkless,
They're like
but they're
an
rare.
endangered species,
Yeah.
few and far between these days.
Before, when it was 20%, now it's even less.
Could have known in the beginning. We learned this over generations of observation. It must have been fate once again that the two of you somehow became back-to-back recipients.
Kind of crazy how that worked.
If we'd been able to talk with the other users sooner, perhaps fewer people might have suffered over the years.
Sir Night-Eye. Was that Sir
You
Night-Eye?
get what this means, kid? You might be the last person who wields one for all.
Well, that would make sense considering the circle they showed only had 7.
And now the real question. Izuku,
Yeah?
tell us, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki?
Or he's probably gonna take the Aang approach. If you know how Avatar: The Last Airbender ended, then you know what I'm talking about. I don't think he will.
us,
He wants to save him.
can you kill Tomura Shigaraki?
You gotta be able to kill
That's
all
not
for
a
one.
request.
Kill all for one, free
Engaging with
Shigaraki.
resolve. When you saw
Well,
that
not really,
boy's
but-
face, you thought he looked as though he was asking for help, didn't you? We feel your emotions, so we know what was ringing
Also,
through your
that's
head
his
in that
grandson.
moment of
Or her
desperation.
grandson.
The problem is, the rest of us had a completely different take on the situation. We know All for One was inside his head, which was causing Shigaraki pain, yeah. But in that moment, it didn't seem like he wanted to be saved.
Really?
Even as he suffered in front of us, those terrible eyes held nothing but hatred.
Well, he's in pain, and
Because
he's
that's
looking at the
person
reason why the
All for
pain.
One raised him to be. My brother was incarcerated during the fight. I think his plan was probably to possess Shigaraki both physically and mentally,
Mm-hmm.
so that he could take one for all.
And now he still has the ability to do
Me
that.
and my junior here, we both ended up facing All for One, but we managed to keep him from stealing the power from us.
How?
Because in order to make One for All surrender, you gotta come at it with a passion that surpasses
Who are the
quirk's
two that are
incredible power.
In the, like, face...
No
in the
person
wall.
can produce such an overwhelming will alone. Our best guess is All for One's trying to use Shigaraki's hatred as a booster. At the heart of the quirk
I wonder what that
inside
plan
him
is. Has he
a
not done this
grit that
before?
refuses to yield to that monster, despite his strength.
We believe that One for All is meant to destroy All for One completely. It looked like Yagi had accomplished this.
Nope.
My brother is tenacious, and he's trying to make a comeback.
Trying? No, he did. He's back.
Izuku, I know it's not fair to tell you this after explaining you can't abandon your power.
Eh.
But Tomura Shigaraki is my grandson.
Mm-hmm.
I left my family to fight All for One.
Yeah.
Abandon my child. And this is the result.
You failed.
We're in a terrible situation. It's disgraceful that I failed to achieve my goal, and now have to rely on a 16-year-old.
He's 16 now?
If that monster manages to
Oh,
fully awaken,
what are the moth
no one
wings?
will be able to
Butterfly?
stop him.
I think it's
You can't
moth,
make him
maybe. I
see
don't know.
reason or offer him forgiveness.
You're-
Some people are simply beyond redemption.
She's really asking him
And I
that.
believe Tomura is one of them. So if you think he
Her
won't
own
want to be
grandson.
saved, ask yourself. In the end, will you have the resolve necessary to kill him?
They're just trying to prepare him for what needs to be done if it comes to it. I'm guessing the 2 seats are for the people.
No, that's what it felt like.
Oh, he has a mouth now.
When Shigaraki's consciousness penetrated One for All, we were so close. I know how hard he focuses on his dream. Yet in the depths of that hatred, I could sense a lost child.
Aw, and the dog that he killed.
I've fought a lot of people since I received this power. I had to, because they wouldn't back down. It was my only option.
Dude, there have been so many good villains. Also, Stain's back.
I never found out why they ended up becoming villains. What caused all their anger? If I had known, maybe things would have been different.
Oh, dude, he was such a good character.
Maybe not. Shigaraki killed so many innocent people. He hurt those I care about.
He killed a lot of
But
people.
still,
Like, he
One for
leveled
All
a
isn't
city.
a power meant to do harm. It's a power meant to save. That's something I learned from All Might.
Wait, All Might can pay attention. I guess his vestige can pay attention.
This thing you've cultivated through blood, sweat, and tears has encouraged countless people to become better versions of themselves over the generations.
Oh, yeah, he has a
Even if it
great
started
point
as a
there.
way to destroy your brother. It's evolved into something else thanks to what you've done. One for All has taken on another purpose in this world.
Instead of just fighting Oh, All Might's crying.
I don't know what I should do next, that's true. And I get that the only way to stop him might be to kill him, but...
I want to save that little kid!
He turned into a little kid. Maybe it's because they all went at the approach of killing instead of saving.
Follow your lead.
The first wielder seems very okay with this.
I'm so happy that my power was passed on.
Get us some clothes.
This was a test.
Wait, what?
Which I apologize.
Was it a test? Or are you playing games?
Torino is alive.
Yes.
When you wake up, tell him I said hello.
Oh, dude. That's gonna break him.
We made a mistake those many years ago. Yet somehow, we were still blessed with the most amazing students.
Aw.
You two better start helping out. You can't just ignore us. We need your cooperation.
Yeah.
To unleash One for All's full potential.
I guess they're doing that just to keep the reveal.
I don't know what you're saying, but I can feel the conversation. The predecessors are sharing their stories.
Oh, so that's why, because it's vestige.
The master's regrets. Exact details may be hazy, but the information is flowing through me. You were once quirkless.
I'm sure to tell him.
And now look at you.
Is it Bakugo?
It's nice
No.
to meet you, All Might.
You're Hawks, right?
Wait, have they
Let's
never
get the
met?
intros so I can get straight to the important stuff.
They've never met
Midoriya
before?
going to recover?
Yes, he'll pull through this.
They're gonna ask
He should
about
be conscious
One
soon.
for All.
But he's not the only reason you're here.
This is about Midoriya and One for All.
Mm.
The
He said a
hero
word.
from the raid heard something about it on the radio, then mentioned it to reporters.
Yeah, now it's cat's out of the
More and more
bag.
People are asking questions, and Endeavor told us that as the battle progressed, Shigaraki was targeting Midoriya, a mere UA student. I'm trying to get the full picture.
The Hawks knows. He doesn't know
From
the
now on, we're not
significance.
just fighting villains. We are also battling public sentiment.
Politics,
You must
yay.
keep this secret to ensure your own well-being, true, but also for the safety of the world.
Things have changed so much.
Yeah, at this point you can't avoid it.
And these
You-
two aren't the types to back down. We
At
should
this point,
talk
you had to
somewhere
let him in.
private. I'll tell you everything.
Wow, will he? Or is he gonna withhold
Every day
information?
since the incident.
Again.
With every passing hour, there's more panic. But despite
Only
reports,
3 cars?
I don't think everyone wants to
Modern
blame
day
the
France.
They want to believe heroes have integrity, to feel their protectors did nothing wrong. People want to feel safe.
Wow,
They
we are
need
putting...
somebody to put their faith
Are those
in.
smartphones? I think those might be recorders.
Dabi is indeed my oldest son, Toya Todoroki. I can't deny what he spoke is the truth. I stand before you to apologize for my misdeeds.
Oh god.
Endeavor
His
talked
PR
to the press
department.
at length about his family's ugly past and asked the world to forgive him.
Does he tell them about the quirk breeding he did?
Pro career.
What a
Oh my
terrible
god, of course
father.
they had the...
Dude, he should have denied it. I was rooting for the guy.
No, you can't deny
He's
that.
saying that he didn't lie, but he did!
He's right. Best Genius is alive, which refutes Dabi's claims that Hawks murdered him.
Oh yeah.
Get your story straight!
Best Genius was made to look like he was dead. And that's how I infiltrated
There's
their
1, 2, and
ranks.
3. That's in
The
one
rest
spot.
Of the awful things Dabi mentioned are correct for the most part. My father's identity. How I killed a desperate villain who was running away. That's all true.
That's not... wasn't it. That wasn't
I
it.
apologize for
Nope.
hiding the truth about my origin. I know now that it was a mistake. Regarding Jean Bubai-Gawara, the League member known as Twice, I thought I had no other choice but to keep him out of the fight.
Correct.
If he had activated his quirk, the damage would have been unimaginably worse than it already was. I did want
Is
to
this
bring him
voice
in for his
hoarse?
crimes,
I'm guessing.
but in the end, his concern for his fellow League members forced the issue.
They're all
I
wearing like
had
the
to
same
act.
kind of suit.
I feel awful for how things went down. I just hope you'll believe me.
I've got a question.
What is your
In
quirk?
the chaos caused by
Fingers.
Gigantomachia, my own mother was seriously injured.
Why are you
Do
there
you really
then?
think apologizing and saying you feel bad fixes anything? Do you have any idea how many people lost their homes, their livelihoods this week? I don't think you understand how
week?
much
Wow.
you screwed up. It was
How
the
did-
villains who did this, sure, but the only reason they were able to wreak havoc on such a scale is because of your mistakes.
What mistakes
We
did they
stood
make?
here crying and carrying on. Would that make your mother better?
Huh? No, of course it wouldn't! But you could do something besides talk! Take care of the villains on the street! Be a hero.
You make a good point.
Yeah.
As number one, that's how I will atone for my sins.
But right now, there are fewer heroes in the field.
What is up with this
We are
neck,
no
dude?
longer equipped to protect so many citizens. With that in mind, we have patterned a temporary solution.
Oh, what is that going to
After
be?
consulting with government officials, we'd like to announce that starting today, UA High and other schools with hero courses will be designated as emergency shelters. There should be plenty of space in these facilities for anyone who is scared or seeking protection. Families of enrolled students are already moving into these buildings.
Oh, that's cool. Also, that Bakugo was moving Deku's mom in. That's
We're looking toward the future.
that's so
Let your
that's such a
blame and
nice
anger at
thing.
me, but let us help you. Plenty of pros are still risking their lives for you.
Oh.
Again, I'll say watch me.
Okay.
Our champions
Wash,
are
wash.
at a crossroads. If a hero is someone people know they can call on,
Oh, that's Midnight's.
then the heroes disappeared that day.
Mirio or Mirko.
Even so,
Where's Mirio at?
there are those still willing to fight.
Aizawa. Does he only have one eye?
Haven't had enough pain yet.
Oh.
When Endeavor was asked about One for All, he said he knew nothing about it.
Yeah. With a straight face.
That way, no one could be mad at Deku or All Might.
Running in slippers. That's crazy.
Oh no, us too. What is this?
Wait, what?
All for one? The villains are after him?
Doesn't make
Do they explain it?
More Midoriya.
Uraraka,
I guess he woke up.
thank you so much.
Did everybody get their own
The
letter?
rest of our class to know
Like their own special letter?
So I'm writing letters to try and explain. My quirk is a power passed on to me from All Might.
Uh-huh.
It's a gift that Shigaraki and All for One want to steal.
Yeah.
So they're coming after me. The last thing I want to do is put others in danger.
That's true.
And it's dangerous to be near me.
I don't... do I really agree with this? I mean, it's to protect his friends, but his friends were born to protect him. Also, Invisible Girl didn't die, because she's right there.
Everyone in Class A has made me happier than I could have ever imagined.
That's...
And goodbye.
Wow. You idiot!
If heroes are those who don't hesitate to take the hardest path, then who will be willing to follow them when they're suffering?
Oh, that's very true.
In April, Deku left our hero academy.
I'm sorry, what? To do where? What did he... why did he leave? To do what? In April? Oh, so this is the Deku we see in the intro. Wasteland Deku.
Looks like a huge villain.
So he's... The final act begins? What does that mean? The final act begins? Excuse me? Okay. So we finally get to see, like, all of the previous users of All For One. I guess the two were, like, face of the wall because they haven't, like, reached out to Deku through, like, the little lapses, like, they were talking about. And maybe that's why, or maybe they weren't ready, or maybe it's just for the plot. They just don't want to reveal all of the previous users all at once, or maybe he doesn't know their quirk, and that's how he knows them, through their quirk and whatnot. That was a heavy lore video. Past couple videos have been very heavy, like family-wise, drama, politics, all that stuff. This episode was like, here's every piece of lore, and I know Kemp Dog is going to leave a very long comment breaking down a lot of things about it, but honestly, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which there are some similarities between the two, but then there's a lot of differences as well. But oh man, this is episode 18. By the time this video goes live, I will have read the comments before I record the next episode. This is the last time I'm going to be ahead. So I look forward to reading your comments. I hope you have one of us that you can become a patron and get the next video a day early. But until the next video, take care and cue the music.
We were playing